Remember those iconic velour tracksuits that once defined early 2000s fashion? The ones that glimmered with rhinestones and carried the bold name Juicy right across the back? They weren't just clothes. They were a status symbol, a pop culture staple, and a declaration of luxury meets attitude. But what if I told you that this brand, which once dominated the wardrobes of Hollywood royalty, spiraled into irrelevance almost as quickly as it rose to fame? So, what happened to Juicy Couture? And does it have what it takes to reclaim its throne? Every iconic brand has a beginning. And for Juicy Couture, it all started with a $200 investment and a dream. In the late 1990s, Jella Nash-Taylor and Pamela Skase-Levy, two friends from Los Angeles, were hustling to make a name for themselves in the fashion world. Armed with nothing more than their creativity and determination, the duo launched their first venture, Travis Jeans, a maternity wear line born from Pamela's frustration with the lack of stylish options during her pregnancy. Working out of Jella's one-bedroom Hollywood apartment, they spent hours experimenting with fabrics, cutting patterns on their kitchen table, and personally hand-dyeing samples to achieve the perfect look. Their unconventional approach extended to their marketing strategies. Unable to afford professional advertising, they relied on word of mouth and connections within their local community. Jella and Pamela were their own models, trying on every design themselves to ensure each piece was as flattering and functional as possible. Their philosophy was simple. Clothing should make women feel confident, no matter the occasion. But by 1996, the pair had bigger ambitions. They wanted to create something that embodied their California lifestyle, a blend of laid-back comfort and unapologetic glamour. The name Juicy Couture was cheeky and ironic, a playful nod to the world of high fashion, but with a distinctly West Coast twist. Despite having no formal business plan or grand investors, they believed in their vision: clothing that was luxurious yet approachable, stylish yet comfortable. Their early focus was on designing the perfect t-shirt, a simple piece they perfected with meticulous attention to fit, fabric, and color. But it wasn't until 2001 that they struck gold with their game-changing velour tracksuit. Initially designed as a custom piece for Madonna, the tracksuit was both comfortable and impossibly chic. It featured flattering hourglass tailoring, a zip-up hoodie adorned with a signature J-pull zipper, and matching pants, designed to highlight the body in all the right ways. What made it even more irresistible? The price. At $155 per set, the Juicy tracksuit was expensive enough to feel luxurious but affordable enough to be within reach of the everyday shopper. It was the ultimate fashion paradox, casual wear elevated to a status symbol. And it wasn't long before Hollywood's biggest stars, Paris Hilton, Jennifer Lopez, and Britney Spears, were sporting their own Juicy tracksuits, turning them into the must-have item of the early 2000s.
As soon as I put on my first Juicy tracksuit, I was obsessed. I said, please send me more. I want the full collection, every single color. I just fell in love with the brand.
Juicy Couture wasn't just selling clothes. They were selling a lifestyle, one that was equal parts comfort and glamour, designed for lounging at home or being photographed at the hottest Hollywood spots. And it worked. Juicy Couture was everywhere, and not just in the closets of everyday shoppers. It had become the unofficial uniform of Hollywood's elite. The velour tracksuit, with its rhinestone logos and tailored fit, wasn't just a fashion item. It was a cultural phenomenon. Paris Hilton famously declared, "That's hot," while sporting her Juicy sets, accessorized with tiny dogs and oversized sunglasses. Britney Spears wore hers on Starbucks runs, while Jennifer Lopez rocked hers in music videos. For the first time, casual loungewear wasn't just acceptable, it was aspirational. Juicy didn't rely on traditional advertising to achieve this meteoric rise. Instead, Jella and Pamela pioneered the strategy of gifting their products to celebrities, a move that would become standard practice in the industry. A-list stars were seen everywhere in Juicy tracksuits, from airport terminals to red carpets. And the paparazzi ensured these moments weren't just personal. They were public. Soon, the tracksuit was synonymous with a life of luxury, indulgence, and a touch of irreverence. The founders themselves were savvy marketers, curating exclusive events that embodied their brand's ethos. One such legendary moment took place at the Chateau Marmont, where Juicy Couture hosted a party with celebrities like Madonna and Jennifer Love Hewitt, all dressed in the brand's signature tracksuits. These events not only cemented Juicy's image as a lifestyle brand, but also helped create an aspirational allure that resonated with consumers. By 2003, Juicy Couture was acquired by Liz Claiborne for $226 million, a deal that catapulted the brand into the stratosphere. With access to greater resources, Juicy expanded beyond tracksuits, launching fragrances like the wildly popular Viva la Juicy, as well as handbags, jewelry, and even baby clothing. The brand was suddenly a household name, stocked in upscale department stores like Saks Fifth Avenue and Neiman Marcus. At its peak in 2008, Juicy Couture generated $605 million in annual sales and boasted over 100 retail stores globally. But it wasn't just about the numbers. Juicy had created something bigger, a cultural movement. The tracksuit became a symbol of a specific kind of lifestyle, one that balanced carefree comfort with a touch of flashy decadence. Juicy Couture wasn't just clothing, it was an identity. For a generation of young women, wearing Juicy meant belonging to a world of glamour and fun. But as with all trends, the moment wouldn't last forever. Juicy Couture's meteoric rise was matched only by the steepness of its fall. By the late 2000s, the brand that had once been synonymous with casual luxury was beginning to lose its shine. The first cracks appeared in 2008 when the global recession changed the fashion landscape. Suddenly, flashy, logo-heavy clothing no longer felt aspirational. Minimalism was in, and Juicy's rhinestone-laden tracksuits were out. Sales began to drop sharply, 11% in 2009 alone, as consumers shifted toward understated, versatile pieces that felt more timeless. Juicy Couture's bold branding and bright colors were seen as relics of a bygone era, and the brand struggled to adapt to this changing sentiment. At the same time, the oversaturation of Juicy products in the market, coupled with its move into discount retailers like Kohl's, damaged its luxury appeal. The once iconic tracksuits began to feel ubiquitous and, worse, disposable. Behind the scenes, turmoil was brewing. In 2010, founders Gila and Pamela left the company, citing a loss of creative control and dissatisfaction with the brand's direction under Liz Claiborne. Without their vision, Juicy's efforts to pivot felt disjointed. The brand's attempts to modernize failed to resonate with its core audience, and it struggled to attract a new one. In 2013, Liz Claiborne, rebranded as Fifth and Pacific, sold Juicy Couture to Authentic Brands Group for $195 million. The acquisition marked the end of an era. Under ABG's ownership, all of Juicy's U.S. retail stores were shuttered by 2014, while the company promised to relaunch select stores in key markets. The damage to the brand's image had already been done. What was once an aspirational lifestyle brand had been relegated to discount racks and outlet malls, far removed from its heyday in Saks and Neiman Marcus. Adding to its woes, Juicy failed to innovate in a competitive market. While brands like Alexander Wang and Theory embraced the growing demand for contemporary fashion, Juicy remained stuck in the past, unable to shed its outdated image. The very traits that had made Juicy iconic, its bold logos, vibrant colors, and flashy designs, were now liabilities. By the mid-2000s and 10s, Juicy Couture seemed destined to remain a relic of the past, but even as Juicy Couture faded from the spotlight, whispers of its potential comeback began to emerge. In an era when nostalgia began to dominate fashion, Juicy seized the opportunity to remind the world why it had once been so beloved. With a new generation rediscovering Y2K trends and social media amplifying retro styles, the stage was set for Juicy Couture's comeback. The revival began with a strategic partnership between ABG and high-profile collaborators. In 2016, Juicy Couture teamed up with Vetements, the avant-garde fashion label known for its ironic twists on mainstream culture. The collaboration reintroduced Juicy's iconic tracksuit with a couture-level twist, featuring exaggerated silhouettes and runway-ready designs. The collection was a hit, lending Juicy a newfound sense of credibility in the high fashion world. Social media played a crucial role in Juicy's resurgence. Platforms like TikTok and Instagram became breeding grounds for Y2K nostalgia, with influencers and celebrities embracing vintage Juicy pieces. Bella Hadid, Kylie Jenner, and Saweetie were spotted in updated versions of the classic tracksuit, sparking renewed interest among millennials and Gen Z. Hashtags like JuicyBack and Y2K style helped the brand regain cultural relevance, while secondhand marketplaces like Depop and Poshmark fueled demand for authentic vintage Juicy items. Recognizing the growing momentum, ABG launched a series of initiatives to modernize Juicy Couture. In 2017, they appointed celebrity stylist Jamie Mizrahi as the brand's creative director. Her mission? To bring Juicy back to its roots while appealing to contemporary tastes. Under her leadership, Juicy unveiled its Black Label line, which reimagined the tracksuit with updated silhouettes, richer fabrics, and fresh embellishments. The brand also re-entered the runway scene, debuting its first-ever New York Fashion Week show in 2018. The collection blended classic Juicy elements with modern aesthetics, featuring everything from sequined tracksuits to cashmere loungewear. Critics praised the effort as a smart balance of nostalgia and innovation. By 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic provided an unexpected boost to Juicy's comeback. With people spending more time at home, comfortable loungewear became a fashion staple, and Juicy's velour tracksuits once again found their place in everyday wardrobes. Annual sales surged, proving that the brand still had a loyal following. Juicy's revival wasn't limited to fashion. The brand expanded its product lines, launching new fragrances, accessories, and even cosmetics. It also embraced sustainability, releasing collections like the 2023 Heritage line, which featured eco-friendly materials and designs inspired by its iconic pieces. 2025 begins. Juicy Couture is still riding the wave of its comeback, finding new ways to remain relevant in an ever-changing fashion landscape. In 2024, the brand made a bold statement by returning to the physical retail scene, opening a flagship store at Westfield Stratford City in London. This marked Juicy's first dedicated storefront in the UK in 7 years, blending its iconic playful aesthetic with a fresh, modern touch. The 1,200 square foot space was designed to deliver an immersive experience, bringing its signature casual glamour to a new generation of shoppers. Juicy Couture has also leaned heavily into collaborations to maintain its cultural relevance. A recent partnership with Madhappy, a Los Angeles-based lifestyle brand, produced a limited edition 15-piece collection that reimagined the Y2K aesthetic for today's audience. Featuring velour and fleece tracksuits, baby tees, and layering essentials, the collection blended nostalgia with contemporary design, appealing to both longtime fans and newcomers alike. These collaborations have allowed Juicy to stay aligned with the current resurgence of Y2K fashion while reaching a younger, trend-driven audience. Despite its modest financial footprint, reporting an annual revenue of $35 million in 2024, Juicy continues to punch above its weight by leveraging its iconic heritage and strategic partnerships. Social media remains a powerful tool for the brand, with TikTok and Instagram fueling demand for both its vintage pieces and modern designs. Juicy's ability to stay visible in a crowded market underscores its commitment to blending the past with the present. What are your thoughts on the journey of Juicy Couture? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Until next time.